We had three stock that make big move on March 27th. Um, IBIO CZOO um, gained 400% and GCTS gained about 600%. So let's take a look at the chart, see and identify strength. Three things we want to do with video like this. We want to take a look at the chart to identify strength, breakout, and support. The point of this is to, if you can identify breakout, then that same breakout will serve as a support for entries. So let's take a look at. Let's start with CZOO. The first thing we want to identify is strength. Where what areas are strength on the chart? So strength represented by big move like that. This is strength. That is strength. That is strength. That is strength. So the pullback. Next, we want to identify support area. Support area. So this breakout, this drop right here, but it also served as a almost like an area of support because it never breaks. It didn't break down, and eventually it broke above. So a pullback after breaking up, a pullback to this area is a good place for entry. So that one spot will be a good place for entries. You can also buy. You can also trade this breakout here, but I wouldn't hold it long. I would never hold long more than a couple of hours a breakout because breakout doesn't last long. Breakout would take you through pullback, and you probably see gain for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you go red, and psychologically when you go from green to red like that, the moment you go to red, you want to get out and take a small loss. And unfortunately, if you enter here and you become red here, you want to take a you would want to get out of position, take a small loss. But that is also an area of very good entry because that is from the base that has been that was established the day before. Another thing, another reason this area is an excellent for entry because it pulled back to moving average. This is a minute chart, but this blue line is a 10-day moving average on the daily chart. This blue line. Looking at the 1 hour chart, you see the pullback is also approaching moving average, and the same as on the 5-minute time frame. It actually hitting the moving average. So this area is an excellent area for entry, and it went from $6 to $20 in after hour. Other area that could have been good for entries this right here. We have a breakout from this range, and then it pulled back. This is the second area that can be a good place for entry. After making this big move, it pulled back to moving average. So if you're looking at the chart as a whole, it keep making higher high, higher high, higher high. That tells me that the stock has a lot of strength in it. Let's go. There's a rule. One of my 10 rule trading rule is buy the first pullback from the new high. So if you look at the chart here, right? If you're looking at the chart, okay, this is not this is the high from previous. So this is not a day high. This is a new high, a breakout. This is considered a breakout of the day right here. So if this is the first breakout of the day, this area is the first pullback from the new high. So this is an excellent place for entry, because from there it make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can see the 5 wave going up. 1, 2, 3. No, oftentimes stock move in wave of 5, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is why it is such an important rule that you want to buy the first pullback, because in this case the move up is so big. It went from 7.5 to 20. This pullback from the pullback at open, it went from 6 to 20. But this first pullback from the new high went from 7.5 to 20. That is incredible. So if this is the first pullback, and we assume that it's gonna make 5 wave, 1, 2, 3. This will be the second pullback, and that also is another good place for entry, which is right here when it's pulled back to moving average. So that is CZOO. Let's take a look at IBIO. IBIO had 170 million share traded, and it went from $1 from the day before to $4 higher day. Another 400%er. As before, we want to identify strength. Strength represented by big move up, sharp move up in price, sharp move up right here, and it make 1, 2, 3. In this case, another thing we want to look at is it continue after the big move up. It continued to make new highs. Let's Let's zoom in a little bit. As we see here, after a big move up, it make new high. 1, 2. So the pullback, you want to entry to when it pull back to moving average, as you can see here. It's IBIO today was so strong that it make it difficult to for entry because it keep going up. I can see moving average just straight, and it's and over in the 1 hour chart, it's so far away from moving average. The RSI hitting 96, where we normally see, at 70 is overbought. The overbought condition at 90, at 7 is 70, and it's hitting 96. That's how strong it was. But it doesn't mean that. But we can still do trade. Because it doesn't matter how strong a stock is, there always pullback. For every breakout, there always a pullback. So we identify strength right here, and it didn't do a whole lot of pullback, and it kept making a higher high. But eventually, there's a pullback to moving average here, and there's a strength. Barely any pullback. Right here we have a flag, a trading range, right there. And we want to expand it a little bit to there. Now we have a breakout of a trading range. We want to chalk it up and have it identify and serve as a support area for entry later. There. So we have a breakup here. I do not recommend entry anywhere here, even it's a breakout. Breakout here, you get up here and it pull back. Breakout here, it pull back. And breakout here, barely anything, and it pull back. Breakout here and it pull back. So as you can see here, buying breakout here is just such a bad idea. And a breakout at open and pull back immediately from almost $3 to $2.33. So as you can see, it's not a good idea to buy breakout. So we have a base here, the support area here. After the breakout here, we had a pullback too near the area. Another tip about buying at support. It's a good idea. It is such a good idea to enter near support and not, instead of waiting for it to hit support, because psychologically, right, you already know that your expectation is the stock will turn around when it hits support. So buying here or here is not a bad trade, because from here and your expectation from here is 2.4, and your expectation is for it to make it back to day high at 3. That's a big difference. Okay, so even enter here, entry and entry right here is a good idea because it's hitting moving average. It's hitting moving average and it's hitting support area. And it down here it's hitting moving average right here. So it is a good idea to enter a trade near support area. It doesn't have to be at support area. So you see it bounce here off of moving average, and it make higher high, higher high, higher high, and you can that gives you an indication of this. It will make. It's reasonable to think that it will make higher high eventually because so moving on to after lunch. This is the New York lunch 12 o'clock. I am on the west coast, so this is New York lunch right here. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So as soon as people come back from lunch, they start trading this shit. They start buying to this thing again. So we see another support area. We see here is this. Okay, we have a breakout. Have a rejection. Got a breakout. We have a bounce off support area. So this serve as a new support area right here. Okay. So you see a bounce here, a bounce here, a bounce here, a bounce here. So it's reasonable to think that any from here to here at any point serve as a very good place for entry. Even if you enter here at 255 and set stop loss under 2.5, that's 5 cents. That's just such a tiny, that's a very, very tight stop. Or you can wait for a confirmation of breaking up above 50-minute moving average, which is right here. The red is 200, the green is 50. You can wait for a decisive move like that. And you can draw another breakout area right here when it breaks above. When it breaks above here. It's a good practice that you watching stock. You want to draw your support resistance level. So from here we had a strong breakout. You can make your entry here or here, and it went from 3 to day high or 4 o'clock at 30%. So this stock, after this strong move up, strength, which is strength, strong move is strength, another strong move combined with multiple high make this such a strong pattern. So any pullback from this high, it's definitely a good play for entry. another, and you can see here, this, you got to move, pop. Okay, so you got to pull back and pop. So we have this established as um, as a support area, combined with the strength of this move right here, make this pullback a very, very good place for entry. Even though a lot of people don't get to trade this area until 4 o'clock. Sometimes you don't, even though you see a pullback, you can't trade it because your broker doesn't allow so you got a pullback right here and a breakout above the moving average here. So this pullback serve as a new entry area. This pullback is also touching a moving average here. Right there. And that's IBIO. Let's take a look at GCTS. GCTS on the 17th. The reason, a couple of things I want to point out here. Like always, you want to look for strength. We have strength here, immediately followed by weakness. Immediately. And then the gap down, make it even worse. So from here to here, we have no indication for strength of any kind. It doesn't break out. It doesn't pull back. It's just flat. Up until this, up until around 7 o'clock. So above moving, above 50-minute or 50-day moving average is a buy. Below moving average, 50-minute or 50-day moving average is a sell. So we have a fake out here when the stock make a move up, but immediately sell off. But then the second break up combined with followed by the breakout from previous resistance area make this move here a very attractive entry point. And it went from $12 to day high of 56 to day high of 56. And then after it break above this area here, after it breaks up, it pull back to support, to trend line is another place. It's another good place for entry. And after it breaks up again, breaks out again. After it breaks out again, it pull back to support, to trend line, and it move make another big move from 32 to day high of 30 of 56. So that's how, uh, even on a very very strong day, when volatility is high, there, if you know what you're looking for, you can trade. And as a matter of fact, the higher the volatility is, the easier you find areas of support, for that that are good for entries. So that's the three stocks for March 27th. And if if you like what you're seeing, if you learn anything from this video and you want to see more uh, video like this in the future, feel free to subscribe, leave me a comment,